Alrighty guys, hello and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about whether or not you guys should summon for Xuan in the new upcoming, later part of this patch. If you enjoyed today's video, please leave a like, consider subscribing as well, especially if you find the video helpful, and I'll be making a full build guide on Xuan when she eventually comes out a little bit later on and during this month. And yeah guys, don't forget to go check out my Discord community if you want to join a growing, fun mobile gaming community where we just talk shit and have fun talking about mobile games. Anyways, let's get straight into the video. Alrighty guys, so first up we're going to go over her kit and what she kind of does so you guys can get an understanding of what she kind of is. So first things first, she is a preservation unit, and the good thing about her is she's a little bit different than the other preservation units we have. Most of the current preservation units we have that you use as a support on the team focus on damage mitigation through shielding, whereas Xuan focuses on damage mitigation through damage reduction by absorbing the damage that your team members would have taken instead of the damage received to the team members. So let's go and read over all of her different skills and abilities. Now I'm going to be reading over all these skills at level 1, but keep in mind on the graphics when it's applicable, I will have the max level that the skill can be, the information for that as well. So her normal attack is Nova Burst, which is a single target attack. It also generates 20 energy. Nova Burst deals quantum damage equal to 25% of Xuan's max HP to a single enemy. So, you know, just a basic single target damage attack for quantum. Her skill, known by stars, shown by hearts, is a defensive skill that does 30 energy regeneration. Known by stars, shown by hearts, activates Matrix of Presence. Other team members will apportion 65% damage they receive before the damage is mitigated by any shields to Xuan for 3 turns. All team members are affected by Matrix of Presence and gain the knowledge effect, which increases their respective max HP by 3% of Xuan's max HP, and increased crit rate by 6%. When Xuan is knocked down, the Matrix of Presence will be dispelled. That crit rate is going to be a big deal. This skill is going to be really useful. Basically, this is going to be her main kind of gimmick, is basically she'll take away damage from teammates. Instead, she'll take the damage. So what you're likely going to want to do with her as well is build a massive amount of HP and maybe defense. I don't really know just yet. But basically, you're just going to be having her on the team so she absorbs as much of the damage as possible. And you get a max HP increase as well, which is pretty good. Okay, so now we have Xuan's ultimate ability, which is an AoE attack and regenerates 5 energy, and has an energy cost of 135. Woes of Many Morph to 1 deals quantum damage equal to 60% of Xuan's max HP to all enemies, and obtains 1 trigger count for the HP restore from Xuan's talent. And we'll get to the talent straight away, basically explaining what that does, but basically she does damage and she gets 1 trigger count for the talent. Xuan's talent, Bleak Breeds Bliss. It is a restoration skill. While Xuan has not been knocked down, Misfortune Avoidance is applied to the entire team. While affected by Misfortune Avoidance, allies take 10% less damage. HP Restore will be triggered for Xuan when her HP falls to 50% or less of her max HP. This effect will restore her HP by 80% of the amount of HP she is currently missing. This effect cannot be triggered if she receives a killing blow. This effect possesses 1 trigger count by default and can possess up to 2 trigger counts maximum. So basically what this skill means is allies are just going to take less damage overall from that 10%, and this is a way for her to essentially heal back some of the damage she is taken from the enemy, your teammates. And last but not least, we have her technique, which is Of Fortune Comes Fate, which is a defensive skill. After the technique is used, all team members receive a barrier lasting for 20 seconds. This barrier can block all enemy attacks, and the team will not enter battle when attacked. Entering battle while the barrier is active with the Xuan will automatically activate Matrix of Presence at the start of the battle, lasting for 2 turns. So this is just while you're out of combat. This is the ability you use to start combat essentially. So all in all, she's going to be a very good support unit to have on your team, and the reason why is she's going to be very different, and I'm going to call this now, and a lot of other people are predicting this too. She's going to be a meta relevant team. She's going to be on most teams that you're going to be using, and honestly I'm going to call it right now, this team that I'm showing on the screen right now, this is going to be one of her best teams, being a mono quantum team. It might be the first time we're actually able to do like a full viable quantum team, or even just a full team of like a single element that's actually viable, because these 4 units in my opinion will just work really well together. I'll be doing a future video on Lynx, by the way, which is the support healer character for the new abundance, but I'll be doing a video on her later on, so keep tuned for that. So for her, the only issue I see with her kit with potentially might being a little bit difficult to build, not necessarily though, because HP is a pretty easy stat to come by, but you're going to want like ungodly amounts of HP on her probably, just so you have as much HP to absorb damage as possible. You might also want a bit of defense as well. I'm not really too sure how you would build it just yet. We'll need to have it in game and test it ourselves. She's going going to require like an ungodly amount of HP or just defensive stats to make sure she can actually stay alive and be useful to the team. But yeah, like I said, she's probably going to be best on that quantum team I was talking about before. Now, I'm not going to go over her eidolons in this video. I'll do that maybe when I do like a full comprehensive build guide. And the reason why is most people are not going to be getting eidolons for these characters. Only really Whale is going to be, maybe if you get lucky, you'll get an extra copy or two. So most of the time, I feel like eidolons aren't super relevant. Not that they're not good and they don't give a massive buff, but because most people aren't going to have them, I feel like it's better to talk about a character at E0, just at the base, and not really necessarily touch on these too much. Like I said, when I do my comprehensive build guide, when she comes out, I'll touch on these more. But for now, I'm not going to worry too much about talking about eidolons, because most of you probably aren't going to be going for duplicates, and it's more a matter of like, are you just going to be summoning for it? Now, her eidolons are good, I will say that much, but yet again, I don't feel like most people are going to be, unless you're going to be going all in on the character, which a lot of people aren't going to do because a lot of people are playing free to play or low spenders. So most people probably aren't going to do this unless they've been saving since like the start of the game. All in all, I would say Xuan is basically a must pick character or a must pick up. Basically, she is going to be the main support or sub support unit on every single team from here till the end of time. She also has the potential, depending on how we can test this out, not necessarily, but you might even be able to run her on teams without a healer at all. That's possible, you might be able to do it. I'm not sure whether you can yet, but it's going to be insane. She's going to be one of the best units in the game, period, hands down. So guys, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to channels if you're new, and potentially check out my Discord channel. I'll see you guys for another video another time. I'll be doing a Xuan build guide and a summoning for her video very, very soon. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Bye guys.
After all, 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝙿 didn't put it in the script. Why would it matter?
Bon.